What's your name? How old are you? And where are you originally from?
My name is Dylan Cruz. I'm from Texas, actually, Dallas, and I grew up. Well, I was born in Anaheim. I grew up in Dallas, and I moved over here. I've been out here for a better part of like 10 years.
Have you been homeless for 10 years?
Actually, I've only been homeless for like a couple of months. Well, actually, it's been kind of on and off. Like a couple of months this past year already, and then last year I was homeless for a couple of months also. Um, I managed to get some help, but then I got back doing that stuff. So
So you're already getting some help?
yeah, I'm really trying to looking into going back to like rehab, that kind of thing.
Oh, cool.
So that actually been really helpful, surprisingly. I was always that guy that was like, yeah, you won't find me there,
Yeah.
but I'm definitely more open to it now.
So how old did you say you were?
I'm 29.
29. Still really young, man.
Yeah.
Um, can you share a little bit about your background and what led you to this current situation?
Um. Actually, I guess I always did some kind of. Well, I used to smoke weed like in high school, but that was pretty much it. Um, I got into a work. I got injured at work, and my arm was almost severed, and I was taking a bunch of painkillers, and I didn't really know too much about that, and like what happens when you stop taking it, and so they kind of just like they didn't wean me off or nothing. They just cut me off, and I got like super sick, like really bad. And my family's full of drug addicts, so they didn't really help that much. They were, they were just like, you need more drugs. So, at the time, it gets pretty bad. Like it can get, the withdrawals can get pretty bad to a point where you do anything to make it stop, pretty much.
So originally you were kind of addicted to the drugs the doctor was giving you.
Yeah,
What kind of drug was that? Was that like painkillers?
yeah, like morphine pills and Dilaudid, that kind of thing.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they were pretty strong. Um, Yeah, I definitely didn't feel good after. Like it was probably like the worst feeling ever. Like you feel like you're gonna die. So
So then what happened? So the doctor cuts you off. You can't have no more pain medicine.
yeah, and then I pretty much, I mean, growing up like or knowing a lot of people from the streets too, like you just know where everything's at, but you just don't go to it when you're not in that lifestyle or living like that. And so it was kind of like that for me. Like I just knew where to pick up drugs, and that's exactly what I did because I didn't really know what to do. I was pretty young at the time. I was like 23.
What drug do you use?
Right now, fentanyl.
Is it just fentanyl is what
Pretty,
you go and get?
pretty much, yeah, just that.
How is that?
Um, it's pretty terrible actually. Like, it's not really like enjoyable. Like, like smoking weed per se. Like, you actually enjoy that, but this isn't really something that mostly people I think just do it just so they don't fall apart. Mostly,
And when you like wake up in the morning, is it like one of those drugs where you have to go and
yeah,
get it?
definitely.
Yeah, is it pretty easy to get?
Yeah, it's easy to get if you have some money. Yeah.
Okay, is it pretty cheap?
Mm, yeah, it's fairly cheap actually.
Yeah. What at what age did you start using fentanyl?
I was like 25.
So it's been a couple years. Are you
Yeah.
afraid? Are you afraid that you're gonna get like a bad batch?
Bad batches in
Like
like a really strong
it's kind of
batch.
unmeasured, right?
Um,
Like yeah, like a strong batch.
uh, well, I think everyone's different. In my case specifically, didn't really care too much. So Is that
Are you afraid that you might get like a batch so strong that you could die
I
or
was never
overdose?
afraid of it. Actually, when certain things happen, you kind of welcome it or you want it to happen.
So you're okay with dying?
Not anymore.
Uh huh.
I'm definitely past that, but it was definitely like a phase, you could say, or a point in my life where you didn't really, don't care about, you know, something bad happening. But yeah, it was definitely past that. Definitely enjoying life more, even like the little things. That's what it comes down to mostly. Like being out here is kind of stay focused on.
So before, when it was like a must have, you wouldn't care. Like if I die, I die, but
Yeah,
I need to do this drug.
yeah,
So you kind of passed that now, right? And you're
yeah.
kind of functioning a little more with it.
hmm Yeah, definitely more functioning for sure. For me, it's been harder because I mean, some people are functioning addicts. I'm definitely not one of those people. Uh, or I don't know. It's just like everything revolves around it, so it's hard to like do anything else really when it takes up everything.
How does fentanyl make you feel?
Mm, man, it just makes you feel well, like someone said once, if you're going through issues or if you have things going on that you don't want to think about, it's probably used for that reason. I think for most people, forget about their choices or their past or whatever, which isn't healthy, of course. Then you never move on, really.
Um, Moving on to like some of the challenges that you face. What challenges do you face while living on the streets and dealing with an addiction?
Man, just the little things like getting food and like taking a shower, uh, having things. You don't really have anything at all, really. So there's no luxury at all. So, the comforts of having a home aren't there at all.
What does a typical day look like for you?
It's definitely, somebody told me not to be so hard on myself, like to just survive, and it was a okay thing. So I kind of just been going off that. But,
How do you make your money?
um, mostly like, um, there's like welfare or, um, like little things like recycling or like off-end jobs, temporary jobs, agencies, that kind of thing. Because unfortunately, I have a record, so I can't really, um, go through certain channels and whatnot.
So would you say being homeless and living out here is pretty dangerous?
Um, these parts, well, I'd say it would be more dangerous for a woman, just because that kind of thing goes on everywhere.
Yeah.
But for a guy, it's not really so much dangerous, more or less like just have to be wary of where you are mostly.
Do you have any like support from family? Do you have any family locally that helps you out?
At the moment, not really. Um, they pop in every now and then if I call them.
Do you have a phone?
No,
No.
that's another thing too. It's hard to like maintain a phone because they tend to get stolen a lot. So
Even from you? So
yeah, like not me personally, but like let's say you'll be sleeping. It's usually when things tend to go missing. So there's that. Um, yeah, so it's hard.
so a lot of robbery out here.
Definitely, because other people aren't looking to make an honest dollar. They're more than willing to steal and do whatever they have to.
So for you, if you go and recycle and make 20 bucks, there's somebody probably looking to jack you for that 20 bucks.
I mean, mm, for the most part, people out here won't do it. Like, they're not so upfront about it. They try to more like Pink Panther their way in.
What's some advice that you would give someone that might be considering to use like fentanyl?
Advice, I would say, um, and it really costs you everything to do it. Like, if you have anything that you enjoy, you pretty much be giving that up. Like, if you have family, friends, or just anything really, even like being yourself, like you won't be yourself anymore. Like you become like a completely different person, and it takes a lot to maintain that. If you aren't true to yourself for the most part. But my advice is that I wouldn't do it like, um, well, God puts us through everything for a reason, so I wouldn't change everything, but I definitely wouldn't want to be here any longer than I have to be. So if there's a way to avoid that, or being on the streets, if you have a family, then I would just stick with them, man, because uh, being out here isn't nothing good.
Do you have any talents? Did you play any sports? Did you do anything like that?
Yeah, sports, music. Guess you could say I have a lot of talents. Being wasted out here. But I'm definitely looking forward to. That's one of my hopes, or things that you know I live more in the future instead of right now, and that helps a lot. Like making music, uh, playing sports, that kind of thing.
So what's one goal that you have right now?
Right now, I'm looking to get into rehab. Like that's kind of like my main goal. Getting
I-
off the streets.
Is there a lot of resources out here for you right now?
Um, yeah, there's surprisingly, but you really definitely have to go and find them. Like, you'd be lucky if they find you, or if someone reaches out to you. But they're there.
All right, so if you can have any person watch this video, who would that be, and what would you want them to hear from you? Any
Mm,
family, any loved one, just somebody that you would hope to
um,
see this.
no, not really, because there isn't anything I haven't told my family already. But I would definitely um just reach out to a viewer, or like some kid out there who was caught in this lifestyle, and they're wondering, like, if anyone cares about them. But for the most, and I know for the most part that it's up to us to care about ourselves, to love ourselves first, and that's what'll really get us through this.
Okay, so if you can go back and give your younger self some advice, younger version of yourself, what would you tell them?
Don't be so arrogant. Yeah, yeah. I used to be used to have everything I ever wanted, and I think the Lord really brought me here to, in a way, to like humble myself. I used to be an asshole, pardon my language, but
No, it's all
I
good.
used to be not a great person. You could say.
So you had a good upbringing, good parents.
No.
No, you didn't. Are your parents still around?
Yeah, they're in Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you say that you were like an asshole?
I was super prideful, you know, and that's probably one of the worst things you could be.
All right, cool, man. That's basically it. It wasn't too hard. And then you're okay with us using this
Yeah, man, you can
on
use it.
YouTube, social media,
Yeah, use
and
it for.
hopefully it helps somebody up, man.
Hmm.
But thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys.